Alrighty. Good afternoon. How are you doing this afternoon? I am Exodus, and this is Exodus Automotive. It is late day, and maybe our last car, maybe one more for the day. It is a 2005 Nissan Pathfinder. Our complaint is the battery light is on the dash. I tested the alternator and it's not charging at all. So we're gonna replace the alternator. I have the alternator here, but it's a task. Yeah? Let me show you that. Okay. Follow me here now. There's our alternator right there. Yeah? The grilly stuff, and then there's our tensioner belt. Yeah. Now my problem is, how do I get this out? Alright, my plan of attack is to drain a little of the coolant, remove the fan shroud, remove the fan and the upper radiator hose. Seeing that I am down here right now, I'm going to pull the drain plug for the vehicle, bring the vehicle down and start to remove the fan shroud, the fan and the upper radiator hose. We need that space. Okay, here is an exposed view of the top. Now, this is our fan shroud here. Here is our fan, yeah? See these bolts here? I believe there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them that you need to get off in order to bring the fan and the shroud up as one. That middle pulley here, this one here, is our tensioner pulley, and next to them down there is our alternator. You see that's coming up this way. It's more likely to come up to the top, yes, but we would have to remove the shroud and the fan. All right, 2 10mm wrenches, straight, 12 point, straight, ratchet end, 12 point, solid 12 point. You're going to have to use wrench against wrench motion to break them loose, because the whole entire pulley is turning on the belt. So there's no way of getting a socket in there. You have to use wrench on wrench. One wrench holds down, one wrench pulls. Doesn't matter which direction hand you use. Basically, one wrench holds in place while you break the others loose. Now this is a fan clutch, so the fan itself turns, yes, and so forth. All right, let's see what we can get down in here. Let's see. I have 10 on this side, yes, and 10 on this side. The 2 lower ones are the ones that I want to try to break loose first. My right hand is coming up, and my left hand is also going to come up. I want to break the bolt loose. 1, 2, 3. Now with my left hand, I'm going to turn it where to say, now the bolts that are on the bottom would now come on the top. I believe that's it. There's only 2 of them. Yes. One is already broken loose. Let's hope that we can catch this one guy. So our radiator hose is moved, yes? Our little reservoir hose that sits on top here is moved. Now, this AC line here, it's not in your way, but it's in your way. Now, there's 2 ways you could disconnect it, yes? The bracket sits, you have a 12mm sits up top here that holds it like this. Now, you can remove this bracket here. we'll see if we need it. Okay, 110, 210 millimeter here. Okay. So let's take this off. Let that rest. Now, you're gonna want it to come up above the neck, yes? You need it to come above the neck. Be careful, because remember you have your fan here. Okay? As you're coming up, you know, I see obstacles. All right. Now, I brought it up in the air and I did some fan dangling down the bottom. Yes. So this is our fan on our shroud. I want to this shroud has a section. When I brought it up in the air, this bottom piece separates like so. And it allows for the fan and the shroud to come out much easier than trying to take out the whole piece. This section here was hitting against the gearbox. So when I saw that, I saw these clips. Yeah, I was, I was amazed. I was like, wow. Talk about someone was thinking about something. Or were they just thinking about me? Yeah. Yes, you may say Exodus is crazy, but here's an alternator. Tensioner pulley, crank pulley, and tensioner pulley right here. Now the bolts for them is right here. Yes, they look like they are 12 millimeters. Yeah. So what we do first is this. Now, you need a 14 millimeter for this bolt here. Yes. So, break it loose. Good. You don't need no more than that. And also on this belt, on this tensioner, AC tensioner, don't need more than that. Swivel head 12. There we go. Alright. So, with your 12, reverse position. And you will come right down. Yes. Same thing. Here, we could take our belt off. Very simple. Don't need to. Yes. We are, and this belt, AC belt, because we are going to be replacing it also. If we are here, we replace. If we pull them, we replace them. This vehicle has a bad power steering leak. Customer right now does not want to. Ooh, I'm sorry. Does not want to fix that right now. Let's get this AC belt off. Okay. All right. Now, believe it or not, this wire is on a bracket that is attached to. Yes. Now, you can move your tensioner if you like. It's a 12 millimeter bolt, one here, and I believe there is two of them on the top here. You can if you like. If you feel that it's in your way, you can remove it. I just want to move this bracket here. Yes, let's get it on this. Now, one side of the bracket that you see me also is the lower alternator bolt. Yeah. Let me see if I can get you a see him right here. So this bracket, one of the lower bolts is to the alternator. Now the reason why I say if you choose to remove your tensioner, there is one bolt here and there is two more on the top side of it. Okay. I've decided that I'm going to remove the tensioner. Reason being is because of this right here. Yeah, so let's pull that 112. Okay, and there is one here. This pulley can move. It will give you a better scene. Okay, that's 2, and that's 3. Start with the one on the bottom. And 2 on top. Okay. Okay. Alternator upper bolt. Long guy. Now you just want to wedge something to kind of break it off of the stud that it's on. Just pry down. It will come down, you know. Just like that. Now your wires are connected around the back, yes? So he's not allowing for you to come out. Alright. I got the wires disconnected. You're not gonna believe me if I told you that this thing gave me such a big fight. And it comes up just like this. Here, take a look at this thing. It's saturated in grease. All that you could think about, saturation of grease. This is what caused the alternator to go bad in the first place. Now you see this bracket? This bracket here, the main wire harness, because this is your main plug here, yeah? Your main wire harness tugs onto this and then bolts onto this. And this is where our wire connection goes to. Yes. Now you see this bracket, if the wire harness is on this bracket, it's not going to give you much room to come out. You could barely get your hand back here to get these here. The reason why I'm saying that, you're not in a shop, no? So more or less you're going to be doing this thing on your back, in your driveway or something, because you're not in a shop. The back end, these places to disconnect this right here, and this, if it's 4-wheel drive, you have a front differential, power steering hose, the rack and pinion, all of those things run on the back, right below this thing here. So you're trying to work your way up. To get to it, you have a whole bunch of stuff. Don't be discouraged. Just know that's a one by one. Don't pull on it. Pulling on the alternator is not going to release the wires. So don't pull on it. Take your time. Disconnect them one by one. Once the battery is disconnected, you don't have anything to worry about touching or shocking or anything of that sort. So just remember, take your time, disconnect them one by one. They are tedious. Don't get it wrong. They are tedious. It's in a tedious spot. Hopefully you don't have to deal with all of this grease, but it is in a tedious spot, so you just want to take your time. All right, this is our new alternator here. Yes. We have a little screw here for this bracket. Here, our connection still the same. You want to make sure of your height is still the same. By doing so, the pulley, if the pulleys are different, you will know immediately because one pulley will be higher than the other. So you just want to make sure. If these two are flush here, you somewhat have the same pulley on the bottom and here. Yes? All right, let's drop this bad boy in. All right. Something I want to show you before is it that this alternator goes in. Very important. Very, very, very important. Yeah? This is the upper bolt. Now, you see that it's... Okay. I don't know how they expect for you to do this, but this bolt is to go in like this and come on the back side. Yeah. So now it locks like this. This component, you have to get the bolt through once it's in the vehicle and put this piece on the back side. It doesn't hook. You know, some cars have like, you know, you could put the bolt on like this and then just hook the alternator here. It has like little hooks. You just hook it on and then you tighten it. This, unfortunately, you have to put it in, catch the top bolt, put this on from the bottom. I just thought you should know beforehand what you are getting yourself into. Remember now, you got a whole bunch of stuff down there for you to even get your hand to hold this in place. Take a deep breath like I'm doing because I'm thinking about it now. You're gonna get a headache. Anticipate, you're going to get a headache. If it's greasy, you can't see, all of that stuff, you're going to get a headache. Take your time, be patient. What I've learned is that put the top bolt in, yes, have it sitting. So now it's just sitting there, but you can't tighten it because this piece is. Put the bottom bolt in so that this way it will stop it from doing this or this. Yeah? Once it's stable inside, yeah, don't tighten the bottom bolt, but just have it there where to say you stop the moving. Now you could focus on this. Yes? Because you still have to tighten this. And as I said, everything back here, there is something in front of it, behind it, next to it. Be patient, take deep breath. If you feel that, say you're getting frustrated, take a step back, take a breather, give it a minute, come back to it. Now, that top bolt, I gotta tell you the truth. It's an ass kicker. I apologize for language. It's an ass kicker. Yes? Now, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see back here, but that's the back side. You have the oil cooler oil pressure switch, all sorts of goody stuff in the back area there. So I'm going to wrap up on this one here. So for tonight, I'm exhausted, and we'll continue in the morning.